It's a beautiful, crisp morning. I'm out here on my new kayak. Yeah. So excited. I've been wanting a kayak for about a year now at least. Finally pulled the trigger. Decided to get a Sin FS12. That's kind of an exclusive boat to Bass Pro. So far I'm liking it. I've noticed quite a bit from just yesterday. Yesterday was my first day out. I didn't want to take the camera out on my first time out, not knowing how I would react to the stability of the kayak. But this thing is extremely stable. Really, really happy with it so far. I have noticed, as long as I keep my mouth shut and don't talk, that you can get extremely close to a lot of the different animals without them. I mean, maybe they might notice you, but it doesn't really bother them, especially if you just glide into where they're at. I'll see if I can get you a few shots like that. It's a little overcast this morning, so it's going to make it a little bit more difficult. Actually, looks like it could just sprinkle a little bit, but I'm not really sure. Take you on a little trip up here. Yeah. Maybe I can get you some neat shots. I love this lake. This is one of my childhood lakes. Took myself as a Cub Scout. We used to set up a teepee out here, and I always took little walks out into the woods, usually with my brother or another Cub Scout at the moment. And gee, it's just wonderful. See, I'm watching wildlife fly by me as we speak. But I'll take you up this creek that I used to walk this creek as a child, and up a ways up this creek I used to think this is where I'm going to live. I always thought I'd live out here. So there's so many fond memories spending time out here. Most of my videos that you see me shoot that are local videos, of course, are usually out here. I just enjoy it. It's a pretty diverse ecosystem out here. I'm not sure if you heard that, but I'm gonna be quiet. I'll turn this camera around, see if I can't get some good shots for you. We'll see. I'm usually a little late on turning the camera on, so heck yeah. So that owl was pretty sweet, wasn't it? I mean, there's so much more that I just can't capture it out here. I mean, it's just like a surrounding picture. If I had 4 cameras to point in every direction, then maybe you could see it all. This is a new, or I shouldn't say new because it's all new to me, but this is a feature that I really, really, really like about this paddle, is that it comes apart, and I can take it and just shove it in the mud and push myself backwards real easy. Get myself out of that little tight area back up in there. Also can kind of use it as a paddle. I'll get myself in this open area back here and turn myself around. I'll take you to a pretty neat spot where there's a goose sitting on her nest, or it appears that way. I didn't get close enough or mess with her, but we'll see. And I'll see if I can show you guys that. Yesterday, I had some of these cranes in here eating fish. A few of them lost their fish, and a few of them did not. Look like they're trying to swallow those things whole. It's like, man. Alright. So far, I'm liking the paddles facing both of them where they're both the same direction without any twist in it. But that's just so far. Maybe I've been trying a little bit to click them in the 60-degree angles, but I haven't cared for that too much. This is so cool as far as, you know, this time of year. Everything's just starting to turn green. Even just the cattails are just now starting to pop up through the water. Oh man, just the different weeds that are out here as of right now. This is about the time of year when the cleavers will start to pop up. You should definitely be noticing some wild onions or wild garlic. A lot of the favorite wild greens that I eat are this time of year. Dandelion just popping up, you know, just the nice fresh green shoots. Oh, they're just so tender. I usually will eat the buds right before they pop out. This spot over here, let me pan you to the, well, no, better not do that. I'm about to make a collision with this tree. Right behind me, I'm thinking this is like a beaver. Beavers are all over in this area. But there's definitely just a whole jam of logs over here in this bank. Be perfect for beaver. You know, I realize this lake is, or this place is probably not super special, but it is special to me. I mean, these are the views that you do not get unless you're out. I mean, just that alone right there. My mom used to tell me when I was a child that the rays of the sun coming through the clouds like that means that there's a new angel. It's just something about it that's just a joy. Just a joy. I completely used to come out here and get this experience that I'm getting right now with the birds chirping between each other, the sun rising, just walking, around all this, and to be in the water between them, in the middle of all this, to be able to see each one of the birds is a joy. So you guys know that I like my wild edibles, and I can see from here that that's some wild onion sitting right there. It's just right next to the bank. It's pretty shallow right here. I'd be pretty tempted to go over there and eat some, but it is extremely shallow here. I'll show you how close it is to the bank. You can see. And I would have totally never known that was there. And the great part about it is now, now that I know it's there now, I know it's going to be there next time. Most people won't even know what it is. They'd have to accidentally grabbed it with their hands. And in this particular spot is so highly unlikely. I don't believe probably 5 people at the most, even if that, even come to this area right here of the lake in an entire year. And that's probably stretching it. So it's just something to remember in my mind where it's at. That's a good thing about the wild edibles. Once you start learning them, especially in your area, you can do a mental jot, or you can actually physically write it down, and you'll know where to find it next year. Things like yarrow. I've got a spot that when I want some yarrow, I definitely know where I can get some. But I always out on the lookout for new places or new spots. Oh, totally, did you see that? And then they just land again. I'm not very good on IDing birds, even ducks. So I don't know what kind these are. I do know what some of them are, but I just don't know what these are. There's a lot of sandstone, and this is the only spot on this particular lake that just so happens to have sandstone on it. It's the only place where there's some rock on the lake that somebody hasn't actually physically set here. So it's just kind of neat to me. It's a good spot to fish. It's just a good spot to fish usually. Because all these rocks, they go down into the water right in here. For the bearded Burton, you go and doing your bass fishing. Caught some good bass off of this spot here. You gotta be careful because some of these rocks are sticking up through the water a little bit here. Take you off the tripod there. Yep, that's how I'm doing it right now. Just got the tripod, the 1 foot sits in that hole pretty good, and the other stabilizes pretty decently through there. But you can kind of get an idea of what we got here. This is my dry storage for like a cell phone. That's where I had my cell phone at yesterday. cup holder, just a little cubby and fishing rod holding area there. I have to steer away from the bank here real fast. Then of course have this entire cockpit area here. It's a very large cockpit. And then yours truly. Back there's some pretty neat features, a spot for a bucket or milk crate underneath that there. I ended up getting this carbon fiber ore just to help cut down on some of the weight. And I'm enjoying this a lot. More than I'm showing, that's for sure. Can't wait to get Buckskin 88 out on the water. Maybe I can talk Greer Wolf into getting him a kayak and get him out on the water too. We could have some really, really, really fun times. Well, I'm hung up on a log here, guys. I'm going to steer out of this, take you down to a tree that's fell over that I just think is a kind of a neat spot to look at. I'm gonna wrap this video up here in just a little bit. I'm gonna try to make one loop around this lake. It's not too big. It's fairly small compared to other lakes, but it's a nice little honey hole. All right, so we're coming up on the tree that's fell over in the water here. And, I remember this tree sitting here. I think to me it's quite odd that it fell inland and didn't fall into the water. I know that sounds silly, but if you really think about it, it's very odd. It must have been just the most perfect wind for it to blow inwards. The beavers have chewed off little bits here and there. But it does add some character to this area. You can see all the sandstone underneath all that. The roots obviously were not deep at all. They just sat right on top of the stone. Here's a spot that the beavers have gotten a hold of. A lot of times when you see beavers chewing around a tree like that, they're trying to send up new shoots because that's what they really want. This place usually has quite a bit of beaver, usually up into the creek area that I showed you earlier. Not so much out here, but I think there's a pretty healthy population, so they've kind of spread out. It's been a long time since I've been out on this water. I'm just gonna paddle around the whole thing. You know, I brought my fishing pole out here. I'm not on the boat at the moment, and I haven't used it yet. I'm just, I don't know. I love fishing, I really do. Absolutely love it. But I'm just taking in the views in the moment right now. I don't want the fishing to distract from it. There's a nice lure right there. That's kind of hard just to pass that up. Maybe another day I'll come get that one. I just definitely don't need it. Somebody probably needs it way better than way more than I do. That was one of my favorite things when I was younger, just collecting different lures that I could find. Give me a river, I'll go down floating down the river. Who does not want to be Huckleberry Finn? I mean, come on. Little Mark Twain. The best part about this kayak is I can literally go in places nobody else can. Well, I shouldn't say nobody else. Nobody else with a big boat. I can go in every little nook and cranny, like this one, that I've never been. I've never, ever been in this one. I'm pretty sure of that one. Man, it's beautiful out. Bring on the spring, boys and girls. I use that term kind of loosely. Doesn't really just mean boys, honestly. Ah, some milkweed pods there. Sure they're open for sure, but I can just skim the bank. I mean, I'm just 2 feet from the bank right now. Oh, some nightshade. You can see. It's so peaceful when I'm not talking. You hear that? Exactly. Nothing. It's so quiet. Huh. A fishing rod holder that somebody left sitting up there. I'm betting they don't know they left it. I'm just leaving the camera rolling. We're just rolling, just rowing. It's going to be a lot of editing. A lot of editing. I talked my wife into getting her a kayak. Heck yeah. Gonna get something for the kids. Got a canoe. I don't know which video is gonna go up first, but I'll either way, if you've either already seen it or I'm gonna show you next, me cleaning up a canoe that I got. I'll go up underneath this bridge. I've only been back here once, and if I remember right, it was either with an old flat bottom, a small flat bottom boat that I had, or you remember, I don't know if you guys ever had done this, but when I was younger, me and my brother used to buy those fairly small air-up rafts that you could get, you know, Walmart, get those cheap plastic oars. Man, we've been places with one of those. Of course, we went through them too, because once they get a hole, you can only patch them so many times, it seems. And we weren't as kind to them as we probably should have been. Fishing out of them, I mean, how crazy is that? Put a hook in one of those puppies. Think back to your childhood and kind of miss some of those days. Those were the easy days. Didn't have to work. At least not work so much. Simpler things got us excited. I'm gonna be straight up with you right now. We're getting ready to go in here, and it's gonna freak me out a little bit. I'm gonna turn the camera around in case there's some cool ducks or deer back up in here. But I'm sure there's gonna be spiders, and I don't like spiders. So I'm going to be quiet now. Yeah, kind of creepy, isn't it? You can see where all the swallows have made nests on the sides here. Water running right through here. Here, I'll just take it off the tripod. You can kind of follow the stream up going through there. That's why it's mostly silted in right in this spot. It just flows. That's one of the neater parts and attractive parts to me about this area. It's the different springs. Oh man, you guys, I didn't get that, but there's some cardinals that just flew through. These are this tree and ooh, just scared up a duck back up in the trees there. But this here is a redbud tree. It's not bloomed out yet. There's actually probably, I don't know, 5 of them in this one little area here. Well guys, this is my special place that I just shared with you. I'd like to see your guys' special place. The place that, well, you just always go to. It's a normal place that you like to spend time to just relax, get away, enjoy yourself. You've seen it from me being on the water. Normally I'm not on the water, so it's even more special. A lot of times you frequent a place and kind of get used to it, and it doesn't seem quite as special to you. I often wondered if I moved to, say, Arkansas, or I mean, just anywhere where there's, you know, such beauty compared to my Flatlander, Kansas lifestyle, and wondered if I moved there if it would change the way I felt about it, and I sure don't want that to happen. That would be kind of heartbreaking for me because I enjoy it so much. So please share. Go ahead and tag me somewhere if you guys want. Go ahead and join me on my Facebook group, Survive Without. I'll see if I can put a link in the bottom of this video to that group. As long as you aren't spamming and getting real mouthy. Just, have fun, enjoy it. We can all get along. Just gotta remember everybody's in a different place in their life. If you stay positive, it helps everybody else stay positive. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope to see you guys around. And, have a good one. Did I ever say that this is so comfortable? Just rambling, I know. What's Travis doing? Oh, he's rambling. Don't worry about him. Well, I got my family waiting back at the tent there. Wife was taking it all down while I went out kayaking, so she didn't have to sit there and wait. I guess she didn't really have to sit at all. She has her own vehicle here. Okay, I'll see you guys on the next video.